So basically, I have something to talk about, and it's nothing pertaining to relationships, but it's more so pertaining to, just regular everyday shit. And the reason why this is bothering me is because everybody's going through this, and there's a lot of people that do go through this, and I've been through it, and I've gotten over this hurdle that's gone on in my life. And basically, I'm talking about is basically not knowing your worth and dealing with inner demons in the inside and having those voices in your head that tell you that you're a worthless piece of shit. And there's a lot of people that are going through this. There's a lot of people that don't feel like that they're worth anything, that do feel like they're going crazy. And I touched base on it on my first video, but I didn't really get into it fully. But my thing is this. At one point, I didn't really love myself fully. I really didn't think that I was worth anything. But I came to terms with it, and I realized something, that wasn't me. Those voices that told me that I wasn't shit, that I was ugly, that I wasn't going to amount to nothing, those voices were nothing but a deception, basically. And the reason why I feel this way is because when I was in my mother's stomach, in the womb, I didn't know anything. And when I came out of her vagina, basically, that's when a lot of people were basically instilling this inside of my head. And when you're a kid, you soak up everything like a sponge. And as a lot of people in the world that basically put their problems on to an innocent child who hasn't done anything just to make themselves feel better because they haven't dealt with their own personal inner demons. And it was nothing but a deception. And I had to realize that I had to basically disobey those voices in my head that told me that I wasn't anything. Anytime where I would have negative thoughts in my head, I would basically not believe them. My thing is this: when people come up to me telling me, I don't care if you're my mom telling me, you're my brother, my cousin, my best friend, or even if you're a stranger on the street, or I just met you in school or even at work. If you're telling me that I'm not shit, you know what I say to people like that? I say, where the fuck are your receipts? Where's your proof at? Do you have screenshots? Do you have basically letters saying that I'm not shit? Do you have any legitimate type of receipts to what you're saying? Because it's basically like court. If you are in court for murder, you have to basically advocate for yourself and basically show the judge receipts to the fact that you're innocent. It's kind of the same way. Now, if I'm a judge and I'm putting myself in a judge's shoes and you're telling me that I'm not shit, I want to see every bit of receipt that you have to say to back up what you have to say. If you're telling me that I'm not shit and I'm ugly, where's the proof at? Where the fuck is the proof? Because if you don't have any proof, then that means I can't, number one, value what you have to say. And I do that a lot now because that boosts up my self-esteem. Like when people tell me I'm ugly, you know what I tell them? That's a fucking lie. You know how many dudes is in my inbox wanting to date me? That's a fucking lie. When they tell me that I'm not smart, I mean, look at where the fuck I'm at now. Like a lot of people that are 23 years old, they still living at home with their parents. They still live at home with their parents. They don't have a car. They always smoking weed. And they still working the same dead-end job that they worked before. And it's nothing new, basically. And here it is me. I'm in school. I'm working two jobs and I'm doing what I got to do to make ends meet, basically. So where if I wasn't smart, I'd be doing the same thing everybody else is doing that is my age, basically. I wouldn't be getting my life together. I wouldn't be concerned about the shit that, I'm concerned about when it comes down to having my life together. I wouldn't. I basically wouldn't. And when it comes down to people saying that, I'm not shit or I'm worthless or whatever, that's because that's how they feel inside. To be honest with you, let's be real. A lot of people, when they call you worthless, that's secretly how they feel about themselves. I'm being 110% honest. That's exactly how they feel about themselves. They don't feel that they're worth anything. They feel like that they're worthless. A lot of people put their problems onto you. You feel me? And it's just like, I don't want you to believe a lot of the things that people say about you, because a lot of the things that people say about you is false. Let's be real. Like, I could sit here and say, oh yeah, fuck Nicki Minaj because she's fake as hell. But I don't have any receipts to say that she's fake as hell. That's stupid as hell to me. I know that this sounds crazy, with me saying this and everything, but it does bother me a little bit because I've dealt with the situation. I still sometimes have those voices in my head that tell me that I'm not shit, but I disobey them every time because I realize that they're nothing but a deception. And they're basically making those voices, if I was to basically let these voices take control of my life, basically what I would be doing is be a prisoner in my own body. It's kind of like being a zombie. You know what I mean? And those voices, yes, they'll keep you alive and moving, but realistically speaking, you're a prisoner in your own body and you don't have control over anything, to be honest with you. And I'm no longer a victim of the situation anymore. I learned. And I don't want you guys to feel like that you're nothing or you're worthless. We all are something. Don't let nobody tell you that you're nothing or you're a worthless piece of shit, because you're not. This is your chance to fight your inner demons, know your self-worth, and basically do shit. And just know another thing that I have to say. One of my biggest pet peeves, and this is maybe getting off topic, but it's a little bit on topic at the same time. The only reason why people talk about your past and shit that you've done is because they can't say shit about what you're doing right now. If you're in school or, you're in school or you got a good job and you're doing the damn thing, keep doing it. Keep pissing these motherfucking haters off. Keep doing it. Because they ain't got shit to say about what you're doing now. The past is the past. Anybody can bring up the past. Everybody has a past. Everybody makes mistakes. And nobody's perfect. But for somebody to bring up your past, I mean, if they can't bring up at least one or two things that you're fucking up with your life now, then they're just miserable. And they just want what you have. Remember that.